Okay guys, so I'm gonna be real with you for just 1 second. The content creation space is exploding. And typically when it comes to content creation, you typically have two routes you can go down. One, you can do it all by yourself, and two, you can hire a team. So the purpose of this video is that I just wanted to break down the content creation process, break down what each role does, and also give you a really good and clear picture of what to expect when it comes to creating your own content. So with that being said, in this video, I wanted to share with you the step-by-step process of creating and generating your own content, what each step entails, and what you expect going forward in creating your own content. So the first step of creating content is the process of putting your thoughts down on paper, which is typically called content writing. So typically this is the process of breaking down exactly what you're gonna say on the video. And usually what you're gonna say can be broken down into 5 things. So the first thing is called the hook, or what I like to call a bold statement. And what this is going to be an action or statement that's really gonna stop the viewer from scrolling. It's that first 3 to 5 seconds that's gonna stop somebody and have them watch the video. And again, this can be like a specific action. Like one of my clients, what she did is that she made $350,000 on a fix and flip in her real estate venture. So what she did is that she had a copy of her bank statement reflecting this amount on her phone, and she showed it to the camera, and this performed really well on her social media channels. And as far as statements go, this can be a lot of the enticing statements that are out there that produces some type of feeling and produces some type of excitement for somebody to stop and watch your video. So the next part of that script is going to be the body, or what I like to call the benefit. And usually in these next few sentences, you want to explain as to what's the benefit of watching this video. So for example, you can say, hey, you know, the purpose of this video is to empower you with some knowledge about the real estate game. Or it can be saying, hey, I have 3 tips to share with you. You may want to stick until the end for the 3rd tip, because that's really going to propel your business to the next level. So the next part of the script is what I like to call the differentiator. And what that means is basically you take a few seconds to explain as to why you're solid in your stance and why it's different from other ideas that are out there, especially the ones that are opposite your opinion. So say for example, you're in the mortgage industry and you're talking about one of the ways that people can still buy property, even though right now the interest rates are up like crazy. And then you have a solution as far as a new mortgage product that people don't really know about. So you basically justify as to why your tips or this new product is different from other opposite ideas that are out there, and why you feel that your stance on this product is very helpful to others. And last but not least, as far as the script goes, you have something called the call to action, or the CTA. And what this is basically going to be an action or statement, once again, where you indirectly instruct the audience to do something. So this can be asking someone to follow you on social media, or asking them to hit a link in your bio. I know I didn't go much into deep detail about the script, but if you want to see this in a future video, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and also comment down below and let me know, and I'll be more than happy to share the script that I've used with tons of my clients that have gotten hundreds of thousands of views on social media. So when it comes to content writing in general, again, you can do this by yourself, or you can go out and hire someone who basically will create the script for you. You know, the good content writers that are out there is really going to do their research before working with you. So they're really going to understand your vibe, understand your business and its culture. So they'll be able to use that research that they received and being able to build up some quality content for you. And being able to have a more systematic approach when it comes to developing a script like that, it's really going to help you in the long run, because it's really going to organize your thoughts and really help you execute them on camera. So the next step in the content creation process is videography. Or wait, I said that wrong. So the next step in the content creation process is filming. So again, you know, there's 2 ways you can go about doing it. You can film it by yourself, which is totally possible and doable if you have the time and energy to do it, or you can hire a videographer where they basically come to you, or you come to them if they own a studio, and you can shoot some content. So when it comes to shooting by yourself, I mean, all you need is basically an iPhone. You can also look up pretty good prices as far as cameras go. I'll be sure to leave some resources down in my description. What I'm shooting on now is the Sony ZV-E10. It's really good. It's done its job for me, and all you really need is to charge up the batteries, put it on a tripod, and you're good to go. But if you don't have the time, the energy, or the effort to shoot yourself consistently, you know, hiring a videographer is definitely not a bad decision. I know plenty of content creators that do that. I mean, my clients do it because they hire me to shoot their content. But I mean, there's definitely pros and cons on both sides. The main pro of hiring out is that it's just going to save you a lot more time. You know, you're going to have a professional that typically knows how to make you look good on camera. And usually the great videographers that are out there are going to be able to edit their own footage, which leads me to my next point. So as far as hiring out, I mean, you can always look at your local database like Craigslist, or looking at community colleges in your area. There's always students out there that are looking to beef up their portfolio. But if you have a little bit of a higher budget, it doesn't hurt to hire a professional videographer. So the next step is the editing process, and typically what I just said is that any great videographer that's out there, usually within their packages or their scope of work, they're going to be able to edit your content for you. But in the rare case, if that does not happen, there's plenty of editors that you can reach out to and or outsource this type of scope of work to. For me personally, I love editing, and that's part of my service. I do some editing time and again, but when it comes to some specific tasks or more complex tasks, instead of just spending hours upon hours of trying to figure it out, I'd rather just outsource it. So I do have a team that I work with, and that's helped me tremendously in recapturing a lot of that time that I lost before. And there's a lot of resources out there. I mean, you can look at Facebook groups, Fiverr, Upwork. There's a lot of resources, and there's a lot of editors out there because it's a huge need nowadays, because the content creation industry has just been So before I go to the next step, if you found any of this information valuable, make sure you hit that like button as well as subscribe to this channel. We're really trying to amp up the content and grow like crazy, so really do appreciate your support. So the next part of the content creation process is distributing or posting the content. And this is one of the most tedious, it takes a lot of time. And like the common theme of this video, you're always gonna be able to do it yourself or hire someone or a team to do it for you. And so touching upon doing it by yourself, you just have to realize what type of platforms you want to target. I mean, there's so many out there. I mean, you have YouTube, that's this one. You have LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I mean, Pinterest. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to your goals. And there's always gonna be pros and cons for each platform. Like for example, I mean, you have YouTube. The major pro is that it's easy to monetize on, and it's just, as far as the content is very evergreen, meaning that it's always gonna be relevant on the platform for years to come. And one of the cons is that it doesn't have as much virality.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
One of the cons of YouTube, it doesn't have that virality factor that Instagram Reels or TikTok has. A right or wrong answer as far as how many platforms you post on. I mean, there's gonna be experts out there that say post on every single platform. There's gonna be experts out there that says, hey, focus on 1 or 2 platforms. But at the end of the day, it's really up to you as far as, the time that you have or the workload that you want to take on. And when it comes to hiring a team, these people are usually called social media managers. And usually what they do is they post content in a variety of ways. They usually do it either the manual way, where they go into your account using your sign-in credentials, and they just post on your behalf, developing the captions, the hashtags, etc. Or also they can use a scheduler, which is very, very efficient. And usually what a social media scheduler enables someone to do is basically make multiple posts on multiple platforms all in one place. And again, there's plenty of resources that you could check into to hire a great social media manager. I mean, I would highly suggest doing something on Upwork, because you tend to find a little bit more professional people on there. And there's a lot of social media marketing agencies that you can reach out to as well. So that was the content creation process. And just as a reminder, if you decide to outsource or hire out any of these positions that I just mentioned in this video, it's really important to find someone that specializes in your niche. So whether it be a real estate agent, or you're a restaurant owner, or you own a car dealership, it's really great to work with someone that's already familiar with your industry, because it's gonna save a lot more time. You're gonna work with someone who already has experience in your industry, which is just gonna help a lot. And at the same time, you don't have to worry about what's gonna work or what's not, and you're just gonna be able to stay on the right path. And if you decide to go down the road by yourself, remember, at the end of the day, you should have fun doing this. This is just something that's probably not gonna pay off right off the bat as far as generating clients or leads right away. But it's gonna be something that's looked at in the long term, maybe 6 months, 12 months, 18 months down the line. But the important thing is to stay consistent and really continue to pump out your content. And don't worry about the metrics or the numbers, because those things are just vanity things. And at the end of the day, you wanna be able to connect with someone and create a community. So after this video, make sure to check out one of my videos that I just did recently about the pros and cons of shooting your own video content. Until next time, keep crushing it.